Hey love, and welcome to Dear Love. I'm Greta and I'm a women's wellness coach. And one of the things that I've noticed recently that really affects my level of period pain, the severity of my cramps, is how much sugar I've eaten throughout my cycle. I feel like I've done a little science experiment lately and I feel really affirmed in just how much sugar affects my period pain. Because after Christmas time, my post-Christmas period, I had such a painful period, like in comparison to the periods that I've been having. Through the holiday season, I was enjoying all of the holiday foods, all of the sugary, carb-licious foods, and then my period came and it was really painful. Whereas the periods before that, were where I didn't have to take any ibuprofen and my cramps were really minimal. I was really eating a limited amount of sugar and I was just being really mindful about what I was eating. So that was just interesting to see how stark of a difference it was for me and my body of when I am eating high sugar and when I'm not, and how that affects my period pain. So I thought that we would talk about how sugar affects period pain because I just think it's such a sneaky little trigger for some pretty painful, gnarly cramps. So I love to get geeky and nerdy about this stuff, so let's have a little science breakdown. So period cramps are mainly caused by chemicals called prostaglandins. When your period starts, the cells in your uterine lining, called your endometrium, release prostaglandins. Prostaglandins are inflammatory chemicals that trigger the uterine contractions that help release the uterine lining. So that's their job, and that's why they're being released. But when those contractions are really intense, when those cramps are really intense, they temporarily reduce blood flow and oxygen to the muscle, and that then creates more cramping pain. So we need prostaglandins in this process of our period. We need them to help trigger our uterus to contract and shed the uterine lining. But prostaglandin levels can get too high, and that's when those really painful contractions happen and when painful periods can happen. So now let's connect this to sugar. How does sugar fit into this picture? So when you eat a lot of added sugar, a few things happen. Your blood sugar spikes, insulin spikes, and inflammatory markers increase. And over time, high sugar intake can raise overall systemic inflammation in the body. And when your baseline inflammation is higher, it can amplify prostaglandin production. And remember, more prostaglandins means stronger contractions and more painful cramps. So it's not that sugar directly attacks your uterus, but it's basically turning up the volume on the chemical signals, the prostaglandins that are causing the pain, causing the contractions. Now there's also another layer to this too when you're having these blood sugar crashes and spikes. It increases your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. It can worsen fatigue, and it can increase pain sensitivity. So it kind of makes you more vulnerable to period pain and to other period symptoms. A big part of this too is that unstable blood sugar levels impacts the balance between estrogen and progesterone. And the balance of these hormones has a huge impact on how heavy your period is and how painful your period might be. So there's a lot of different subtle things and systemic things, holistic things happening in our body with high sugar consumption. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to cut sugar out completely. I think that's just kind of unrealistic. I don't like anything that's too restrictive. I just don't like that. But what you can do is just become aware of how much added sugar is in your diet currently. That's going to be found in things like drinks, like soda, or I'm thinking like all the sugary Starbucks drinks, the specialty kind of drinks, cereals and snacks, and flavored yogurts, and obviously desserts, and then those simple carbohydrate foods that are made using refined white flour. So working to reduce and replace these very sugary foods with foods that are supportive to your body makes a really big difference. So you can pair carbs and sugary foods with fat and protein. You can focus on fiber, adding more seeds and whole grains into your diet, including omega-3 rich foods. So that's coming from things like fish, different nuts and seeds, and finding different desserts that are less sugary and have more whole foods in them that you really genuinely enjoy. And those things will really help you in moments like before your period when we naturally crave carbohydrate and sugary foods. So I really love this avocado. This sounds gross, but it's this avocado chia seed pudding. I just blend avocado and chia seeds with almond milk in the blender, and I add different seeds to it, like hemp hearts and flax seeds, and then I add cocoa powder and some maple syrup, and it's so good. I've made it on my channel before, I think in a couple of vlogs, but it's so good. And the chia seeds get like, it gives it this pudding consistency when it's mixed with the avocado. So there's so many like whole foods in that, but it genuinely tastes so yummy, like a dessert. I also like doing different like pumpkin breads, banana breads made with almond flour. So there's a lot of desserts that you can make with whole foods that are satisfying and that you'll enjoy. So this is never about, like, dietary shifts should never be about like restriction and like eating sad, boring food. It's just about like seeing how you can make the foods you like with more wholesome ingredients, and it's so possible. And also like still eating the sugary things here and there. I want to make a whole video where I like show different recipes and stuff that I make regularly that help support me throughout my whole cycle, and also like keep me satisfied and not feeling like I'm restricted or anything. Let me know if you're interested in that. So yes, sugar can make cramps worse. And it's not something happening magically or even instantly. It can be quite accumulative, but through consistent high sugar intake comes inflammation, higher prostaglandin levels, unstable blood sugar, and unfavorable hormone shifts. So if you've noticed worse cramps during sugar-heavy months, your body is really giving you some very helpful feedback. And I feel like the post-Christmas period, the post-holiday season period is a great one to think back to, because that's typically a time when we're consuming way more sugar than maybe we are normally. So just think like, was that period more painful? And track your cycle as you make changes so that you can really see how these changes affect your period pain. I just had my second period of the year, so my period after my post-Christmas period, and I didn't have to take any ibuprofen, and I was eating way less sugar, and I was being mindful about what I was eating again, bringing in anti-inflammatory foods, balancing my diet more. And I also added something that I feel like really made a difference too, and that is magnesium, a magnesium bisglycinate powder. And I made a whole video all about magnesium and using it for period pain, so I will leave that here at the end of this video, so I'll see you over there. There's so much we can do to support our bodies and to heal our period pain and experience our periods differently. So I hope that this inspires you to make some changes, and give this video a like if it was helpful, and subscribe to Dear Love. I'm so glad that you're here. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, loves.